All right, my name is Noah Nichols. I'm with Parker Byard and Colin Duffy, and we are Captain Duff's Yacht Tours.
So just to start off our presentation, we just wanted to give you guys a little bit of background about who we are individually. We like to think that we're just three guys that share a passion for the outdoors. Our main goal is to help share the amazing experiences people can create up in Door County with new tourists out on the water. Captain Duff Yacht Tours, we offer private yacht tours along the coast of Lake Michigan and Green Bay. Our main focus is Green Bay because we are on the bay side. We offer a variety of different tours ranging from seeing islands, seeing different historical sites, lighthouses, and just exploring different parts of the bay in general. We're pretty much open to doing any kind of tours people like to do. But some of the main tours we offer are fishing tours, checking out the different local fishing spots, just going for a sunset cruise and having a few drinks with some of your friends or family, and also helping to learn about the rich history of the bay. In the bay, we have over 400 shipwrecks that a lot of people love to learn about, and various historical sites, including lighthouses and different islands. Why we're so special. We like to think we are a little bit more special than other companies up here because we are the only tour company that does private yacht tours for you and your family. No other company offers these exclusive tours of the bay that can just be your family. There is other companies up here that do offer tours on larger boats with a lot more people, and the amount of people ranges anywhere from 10 to 150. And so for people that want the exclusiveness of being able to see the bay by themselves and not have to deal with other people, we offer a very, very awesome service for that. We also like to think that our staff is high energy and has a very extensive knowledge of the area. Just for example, I've grown up here. I lived here my entire life. I like to think that I know the bay like the back of my hand, and definitely the rest of the people that we work with, Noah and Parker, they're definitely experts as well. We really like to give our clients a once in a lifetime opportunity to cruise along in, well, we like to think style. So what we're working with a 40-foot TR Express. We've got 700 horsepower of Cummins diesel engines. Get us go anywhere you really want. It'll push you along about 25 miles an hour, and we can run all the way around the bay. We've got 600 gallons of fuel capacity, so it's not like we're gonna have to fuel up at any point, so we can go out for hours. I mean, realistically, if people wanted to go out for an overnight cruise, we do have housing on board, so we could do some staying over events. But most of the time, if you see in the back of the boat there's that bench seat. We have a beautiful custom table made in the back with two dual bench seating on either side, which fit up to 8 people around that table. Ideal for families, ideal for parties with families or friends, and just sitting around the table, enjoying the gorgeous views and enjoying an awesome cocktail.
You want to let the people know how we're going to afford to buy a boat like this stuff?
Well, we've been pretty blessed where my family has offered to allow us to use the boat, of course, for a cost. We obviously have to pay for diesel because that's not cheap, and the commercial insurance as well is something we'd have to think about.
Thank you. So, if we get into branding, as you see, I wanted to create a logo that represented us with a great font, great logo, just something to really stick out from other brands, especially in the Door County area. When we notice other companies, they all have really crappy logos. Most of them don't even have websites. It's just like a Facebook page, really awful. So we wanted to streamline all of that and become a cutting edge person when it comes to marketing and technology. So the first step of that is obviously the logo. And then we also have a secondary logo that we like to use in our promotional things, just in the bottom right corner. You can see the beard, the closest thing I can get to Duffy's beard. And that's him as the captain there since he has his license. So we like to represent that in our branding. So total, Door County has had $366 million spent in tourism spending alone in 2019. And that number has been consistently growing over the past 10 years, according to the Door County Visitor Bureau. And as you can see by the graph there, that is exponential growth. That is keep going up, and we don't really see it going down. So we find this as a great market to really dig our roots in and show as it is growing, we want to grow with it. And our target market is younger upper class Door County tourist families. These families are the most likely to spend a little extra money to have a private tour experience compared to the large group tour. I know some families in particular that really just don't want to spend their vacation or their weekends with strangers, like on a tour. Like that doesn't sound like a lot of fun to them. So what is it better than to have a private tour on a beautiful boat with a great fun group of staff and just hang out and learn more about the coast. So during our SWOT analysis, we realized that our strengths are there are no other companies around the area that offer anything quite like we do. All other tours are for large groups on boats uglier than a high school breakup. If you look at any of those boats that they show, they're giant, boxy, they're made to just fit a lot of people and not comfortably. They're made to put as many people on there, get as much money, and then they have loudspeakers with mics, and they have a tour guide that barely knows anything, that went to high school in Door County, and they write a script and they kind of lie sometimes. Honestly, I've heard stories. So our strengths are we're genuine. Like we know what we're talking about. Duffy's got, like he said, he knows the bay like the back of his hand, and the boat's beautiful, and we really think we can play that to our strengths. Weaknesses are liability. Serving alcohol requires a liquor license and also raises insurance costs for the boat. Some ways around this, we've been kind of throwing back an idea of maybe working with a local bar as a subsidy or almost, and actually help like use their liquor license, be a part of them, and then we would have the boat and then split the profit. We'd also do something along the lines of if they would give us the alcohol, we would give them back what we don't use and pay for what we do use, things like that. Honestly, if Professor Effen, if you had any ideas on better ideas on that too, we are open ears. But as of right now, that those are our weaknesses, mostly liabilities. And now to Parker with the second half of our SWOT analysis.
So our opportunities. We believe that there is a huge untapped market in Door County for private boat tours. Obviously, as Colin was saying before, because no one really offers the private boat tour. They just offer the big tour that nobody, I mean, some people are into that, but other people would be down to spend the extra money not to have to be with strangers and stuff like that on the boat. And then being a tourist town, Door County obviously draws wealthy people from all over the world every summer. Just because, I mean, I know Door County, I've heard many people say that Door County up there make their money off of rich people coming up for the summer and spending all their money just to have a good time. And that would be one of the things they would spend their money on is a yacht tour like that. The threats are the biggest competitor we would have is Door County Boats and Rentals. Having 4 different subsidies over the Door County area, they have a complete control over boat tour market as of now. But obviously we know that because we're offering something that is a little different, that shouldn't threaten us too much because we're able to offer something different to them.
And one interesting fact just to put in there before we talk about the rest of our competitors, I actually did work for Door County Boats and Door County Boat Rentals, and while on the dock running those boats, the most common question I was asked is, why aren't you getting on the boat with us when I was pushing them off? Most people don't want to have to drive their own boat. They want to be able to go out and sit back and relax and have a cocktail and not worry about it. So for a little bit extra cash, it's well worth it to have somebody do that job for you.
Thank you, Colin. So as our competitor, Door County Boats and Rentals, they are the main player, obviously, as we just said, in the tour space in Door County. They offer large tours and rentals of the boat, but they do not offer yachts or captains for the to drive the boat for them. They require that you drive the boat. They also do not offer any private tours and then having 4 subsidies in the area, the only other competitors are smaller charter boats. So they are our competitors, but we think, as we said earlier, that we're able to offer something different that they're not able to offer. And obviously, if Colin said that's the number one question, why I think our business would take right off. It doesn't matter that these Door County offer these boats and rentals because we're appealing to a different type of person or a different need. The need is like that somebody drive the boat and they can all have a good time and drink and spend some time with their family on the boat together.
I think it's important to kind of clarify also, I know we didn't mention it. Duffy, do you want to talk more about the license you have to drive a boat?
Yeah, so I do have my 100-ton master's license, which it's complicated to get into, but I can technically drive any boat up to 100 tons, which is measured by water displacement, with the carrying capacity of that vessel. So in our example, my boat pushes about 20 tons, 25, and can have 14 people on board. So I'm licensed to have 14 people on board. Um, with proper safety checks and everything, which we have done for the vessel. But I'm licensed to have 14 paying customers on board plus crew, um, and that's what my license covers. So I'm fully licensed to do this. You do need quite a bit of extensive time on the water, which I do have. And I've been around boats my entire life, so I've learned how to handle them, and I feel that I'm a very experienced, well-versed captain. So.
Thank you.
Some of our keys to success here. Obviously, we offer a unique customer experience that no other companies offer in the Door County area, being that private yacht tour. A lot of the smaller charter companies rely on word of mouth as their marketing, and some do not even have a website. Our company would have a modern website and a proper marketing plan to make sure that we are industry leaders when it comes to marketing technology. And we obviously think that's very important, making it as easy it is as possible for the consumer to check out when they want the boat, and request when they want their tours and stuff, because nobody's going to come back if there isn't an easy website or an easy way to schedule your tours, obviously.
Sweet. And in conclusion, we believe we have found a business that we could genuinely grow and make a lot of money off of. We think that there is a very big market for us, that it has a lot of interest in something that we'd like to offer. We don't really see a lot of competitors that do the same thing we do, and altogether, we believe that we can be very successful.
Absolutely. And bringing this business to life, I've been
Yeah.
doing it on the side for the last 2 years, and I've had repeat customers. So I believe if we continue to grow that client base, we'll be able to really keep people coming back as well.
And